Hi friends, I hope you guys have had a great week. So last week we learned our last word of the week together. Can any of you guys remember what word we learned last week? If you can remember our word of the week from last week, on the count of 3, I want you to yell it out to me as loud as you can. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoa! I think you guys have got it. That was really loud. We learned the word miracle together. Remember, a miracle is something completely impossible to do without God's power. Today, we are going to learn about the first miracle Jesus did that's written about in the Bible. The story we're going to hear is from the Gospel of John. But before we listen to our Bible story, we're going to play a little guessing game together. I have some pictures I'm going to show you, and you have to guess where you might see all of these things in the pictures together. Are you ready? All right, here's your pictures. All right, that's everything I have to show you. On the count of 3, I want you to whisper to me where in the world you might see all of those things together. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think you guys have got it. You would see all of those things, rings, a cake, a pretty dress, flowers. You would see all of those things at a wedding. I actually have one more picture, one more wedding thing I want to show you. All right, here it is. A jar. I know what you guys are thinking. What in the world, Miss Hannah? Who brings a jar to a wedding? Well, in today's miracle story, a jar plays a really big part. In Bible times, people served wine at their wedding celebrations. The wine was really, really important because it showed the people who came to the wedding that the host or the person who invited them there appreciated and respected them. So wine was a super big deal at weddings. Let's watch a video together that tells us the story of a wedding that ran out of the very important wine and how Jesus did a miracle to solve their problem. This is a super short video, so you need to make sure that you have your listening ears on and your looking goggles fixed so that you're ready to pay attention. Now, while you watch the video, I want you to listen for one thing in particular. Listen for the word glory. Listen for the word glory. And I'm going to ask you later if you've heard it. All right, let's watch our video together.
Stories of the Bible. Jesus turns water into wine. This is Jesus,
Hey-o!
who is the Son of God and the Savior of the world. Jesus was born in Bethlehem and grew up in Nazareth, where he grew in wisdom and favor with God
I see.
and man. One day, Jesus, his disciples, and his mother went to a wedding in Cana. In the middle of the party, the wine ran out.
Uh-oh.
So Jesus' mother, Mary, told him, "They have no more wine."
Aww.
Jesus replied, "Dear woman, that's not our problem. My time has not yet come."
Excuse me.
But Mary told the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Standing nearby were 6 stone water jars. The Jews used jars like these in their washing ceremony. Jesus told the servants, "Fill the jars with water."
Yeah, okay.
When the jars had been filled, he said, Now dip some out and take it to the master of ceremonies." So the servants did what Jesus told them to. When the master of ceremonies tasted the water that was now wine, not knowing where it had come from, though of course the servants knew, he called the bridegroom over. A host always serves the best wine first. Then, when everyone has had a lot to drink, he brings out the less expensive wine. But you have kept the best until now. This miraculous sign in Cana in Galilee was the first time Jesus revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him.
What a cool story, right? How many of you guys heard when they said the word glory? Good, I'm glad that you were listening super closely. So in that Bible story, Jesus and his disciples and his mom and maybe some of his brothers were at a wedding in Cana in Galilee. The people at the wedding ran out of wine, which we heard earlier was super important. And so Jesus' mom said, "Hey, Jesus, I think you can fix this problem." So what did Jesus do? He told the servants to bring him 6 stone water jars full up with water. And he dipped a cup in and said, "Here, bring this to the host," or the person who invited everyone to the wedding. And when the host drank out of the cup, Jesus had turned the water into wine. The Bible then tells us that this was the first miracle that Jesus did, and that through it, Jesus revealed his glory. There's our glory word. That means that when Jesus did this miracle, when he turned water into wine, Jesus was showing the people at the wedding that he was God. When Jesus lived here on earth a long, long time ago, he needed to make sure that people were following him, not because they thought he was like super cool or an awesome, amazing guy, or he didn't want them to think that he was some sort of magician who was just doing magic tricks. He didn't want them to think that he was like a superhero. Jesus wanted people to know that he is God. Jesus only did miracles to show that he is God. Why did Jesus do miracles? To show that he is God. Remember, we said that miracles are things that are completely impossible to do without God's power. So when Jesus did miracles, he was showing people that he had God's power. He did miracles so that people would believe in him, put their faith in him, and then be forgiven of their sins. He wanted to show people that he is God. Why did Jesus do miracles? Exactly, to show people that he is God. All right, friends. Thank you guys for being here with me today and for hearing the story of this first miracle that Jesus did. Now, I think that you guys should go ask your mom and dad if they have any pictures or even some things that they had at their weddings to show you, and you guys can go look through all of the fun that they had at their wedding. All right, I will see you guys next week with a new miracle for us to talk about. In the meantime, remember that Jesus did miracles to show people that he is God. Bye, friends.